What's going on, guys? We're back again, and I want to do another movie review today. And today we're going to be doing Pokemon 3, the movie. So I have a lot of fond memories with this movie. Again, like I've been saying, the last two reviews for the movies, I felt like that this movie had a lot of heart, and I think the last two did as well. But we have where, again, Ash is going with his friends back to the mountain town of Greenfield, where they encounter another Pokemon who is a legendary Pokemon that gets summoned by this little girl who loses her father in a portal, and we see where the little girl Molly, she unleashes the unknowns, and then they make her wish come true of having someone close to her, which is the character Entei, who portrays to be her so-called father. And with it being a little girl, she wants a mother. She kidnaps Ash's mother because, again, she remembers Ash's mom when they were little, even though Ash is a little bit older than her. And what we see is Ash has to go on this journey to not only find his mother, but to protect his mother and get her back. And then be able to go up against Entei, be able to go up against the unknown. And we even see, again, one of my favorite scenes in this is when Charizard returns and challenges Entei after saving Ash, which is probably one of the best moments in in this movie. And then even seeing where Misty fights Molly, which is absolutely amazing, or seeing where Brock goes up against her and how he says, one of my favorite lines in this is when he says, if you're going to do this, I really need to start rock and roll. And he says, and my Onyx is just how I like to rock and roll. I love that line because it really just shows how Brock is and how they are willing to go above and beyond for Ash and his family because they become family. And this was really more of a family, like, I'm not going to abandon you, because that whole scene where he's like, Brock's like, we're not gonna let you fall. Missy's like, we're like family too. That still gets me because it's true, because they become family. And I remember seeing this in theaters, and I was a kid when I saw this. And I really hated the character Molly because I was like, how dare you stare at his mom and all this kind of stuff, But now I'm older, and it's like I get it. And Molly was a very interesting character, but she was also a very complex character because of her losing her mother at a young age, and then she doesn't know what happened to her father, and she's putting all this love and devotion to this Pokemon that she's thinking is her father, and he's not, because her father really told her like he was like Entei because he was strong, he was protective, he was all these things that a lot of characters need. And I enjoyed this movie. I still enjoy this movie. It's got a lot of heart and soul. It's got a lot of great comedy. It's got a lot of good action, great music, and among many other things. And I think that anyone is a Pokemon fan may agree with me on this, that I think this was probably the last movie, or one of the last movies, that had the heart and soul of Pokemon, that really made you feel that you were on this journey with these characters, that you were right there when Ash was running up the stairs, or when you were with Misty battling Molly underneath the water, or you were with Brock, trying to take on Misty. You got two gym leaders that she absolutely annihilated. And then you have Ash, who has completed all the gym badges, two, 3 times over. And he still had a hard time going up against her. So I think anyone that is a fan of Pokemon that has not seen this movie, give this movie a shot. It is probably one of my favorites. Again, like I said, there are certain scenes in this film that stick with me to this day. Again, one of my favorite lines in this is where Entei asks Ash, he's like, well, who is this? And he's like, my friend Charizard. And Charizard, anyone that knows me, Charizard is one of my favorite Pokemons, or my favorite Pokemon. I love Charizard. And that entire fight sequence is something that I think will go down in history as probably one of the best movies of fight scenes that have ever gone on in Pokemon. But again, guys, I'm just summing up the movie. It has been out for several years. If you guys have not seen it, definitely go check it out. Came out in 2000. I remember owning this on VHS. I own this on DVD now, and I remember seeing this in theaters. It was a time to be a Pokemon fan. It was a time to be a kid, and it was time to be alive. So, what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.